No more New Year Eve. No more New Year Eve. A lot of people want to boycott New Year Eve. A lot of people are scared that a lot of things is actually going to happen that particular day. I saw this particular video actually flying on my FYP, and Americans are actually reacting to it. Apart from that, I later saw a prophetess, a white prophetess. I don't know. That saw all the vision and every other stuff. And I want you guys to actually listen to this particular video. But anyways, they talked about Christmas, and a lot of people saying Christmas is actually not going to hold. A lot of people gave reasons like Muslims are not celebrating Christmas, like Christmas has nothing to do with the death of Jesus, blah blah blah. It's Western. I believe what you can believe, but at the end of the day, Christmas still had, right? But with this particular video talking about the New Year Eve, I want you guys to actually see, because I feel like there's something that is a lot of bit sensitive to this particular issue. So just watch Americans' reaction and every single prophecy that's actually coming out from this end. But first, my name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And this is just for educational purpose. Let's put it like that. Let's watch this video and I'll be back with commentary. So let's go watch, guys.
Listen, the Lord had alerted my spirit concerning New Year's Eve. And come to find out, I didn't even know this information until literally today. And I went and I was digging a little deeper. But the Lord had impressed in my spirit to be very watchful and just to begin to pray for New Year's Eve for America, in particular, New York City. Now, something interesting is the FBI arrested 4 individuals in California for alleged involvement in a plot to detonate I can't say the word, I don't think, on multiple U.S. company locations. And they were planning it for New Year's Eve. But on top of that, they're saying that it was a threat, allegedly. And what they did was they was apprehending the suspects on December the 12th. So that wasn't too long ago. Now they were preparing, what happened was they was preparing to basically test the explosive devices at multiple locations, and that was how the FBI was able to catch them. Now cities in other countries are starting to basically cancel all of their New Year's Eve celebrations and their countdown events and all of that other stuff. They're saying that it is an heightened global security concern. Global, okay? And so major cities across the world are canceling New Year's Eve activities, celebrations. They're even saying that in New York City, there's going to be in heightened security there, which is very interesting because the Lord literally showed me New York City. I had a very interesting discernment surrounding New Year's Eve that something terrible was going to happen. Now, this is a time where when God downloads things like this, people who know God need to pray. Pray for your cities. If you are a person of prayer, you stay in prayer. Pray for your city, the surrounding areas, because we know that prayer changes the trajectory of what the enemy is trying to do in the atmosphere. We don't know the demonic cantations and the demonic spirits that has been released for that specific hour, that specific day. They're saying that they even had the test already prepared for at midnight. So that is a time that we have to cancel the enemy, whatever state that you're in. I would highly encourage all prayer warriors. We call them prayer warriors over here. Intercessors. That's the proper terminology. All of the intercessors to come together, because child, they some prayer warriors. Okay. They war in the spirit. Okay. But that is a time where this is a time when God sends warnings like that. It is to alert God's people when he exposes the evil, because I believe that the FBI finding this is just exposing the evil. I'm not the only Christian that sensed this, that had a discernment concerning New Year's Eve. I've been talking to a lot of my intercessor and prophetic friends, and they all have been feeling the same thing. So if you have a prayer circle, That is what you need to pray for. There is something demonic that is trying to take hold on New Year's Eve, because what I see in the spirit is it wants to almost release it as we're going into 2026. We must pray against the spirit and pray for protection over your families and alert your families. Ask them what they're doing. Stay in. Pray over them. Pray over your children. This is an hour that we have to be alert. This is not to spread fear, but this is just to spread spiritual awareness and discernment, to be discerning in this hour, because what's coming, we know that 2026 is about to be like, child, what, we here? How we, because half of us saying, how did we make it? Child, we made it. Child, we made it to 2020. Can you believe we made it? Anyway, we know what we're getting ready to experience in 2026. So this is a time where we should be fasting, much fasting and prayer concerning your cities, your states. The Bible talks about standing in the gap, and that is what we must do. Stand in the gap in this hour and begin to pray.
So New Year's Eve celebrations are being canceled all over the world except for the United States, where the FBI found potential threats for Southern California. They allegedly found a group of individuals who were planning on planting backpacks throughout the area where the celebrations happen and causing all kind of destruction. But the FBI got them. You can Google it for more information. The thing that's interesting is other countries have taken this seriously. Paris said, we're not doing New Year's Eve. Bondi Beach in Australia, they're not doing New Year's Eve. Serbia and other international countries, they're like, we're not doing New Year's Eve. We're going to cancel it because we don't feel like we can keep our citizens safe. Tell me why the United States is not doing that, considering they found potential threats for New Year's Eve in the United States, in big cities, Los Angeles, Southern California. Why is it that other countries are concerned about keeping their citizens safe, but in the United States, it's just like, we got them, we're good, considering what happened in September 11 back in the day? Like, so that can't happen again? It can. And the fact that there was how do we know that the plot that they found, the group that they found that was going to do whatever destruction in LA is not planning on doing destruction in other major cities, like New York City, where Diana Ross is performing in Times Square? You guys let me know down in the comments. Do you feel safe going out for New Year's Eve? Do you wonder why other countries are taking these type of threats seriously? And the United States is like, yeah, we're good. We don't need to do anything. We got the group, as if it was just one group, as if they didn't learn their lesson from September 11th. Let me know down in the comments.
Well, this is terrifying news right before the holidays. Did you hear 4 people in Southern California were just arrested because they were planning a massive bombing attempt on New Year's Eve? Yeah. So if you haven't heard the news, the FBI has 4 people in custody that were planning a massive attack on New Year's Eve. So much so that now other countries are canceling their New Year's Eve plans because it is not safe to be in a large group of people right now. Paris canceled theirs, Tokyo canceled theirs, Germany canceled theirs. There's a whole plethora of other cities that have now canceled their New Year's Eve celebration because they're not entirely sure that it's all interconnected. But if the FBI is involved, it's most likely interconnected. Now, all of this is real news. All of this is searchable. You can go down the rabbit hole as much as you want. But large-scale gatherings for New Year's Eve are now being canceled. And I wouldn't be surprised if New York gets canceled. But this was going to happen in California. They have the 4 people in custody. Wow. Like, we live in a freaking movie. I swear to God. But have you heard this? Be safe out there. Merry Christmas.
New Year's Eve celebrations all around the world are being cancelled for public safety reasons. Paris, Tokyo, Belgrade, Hong Kong and Venice have all cancelled their annual celebrations and watch all of their governments dance around the reason why. We all know why. This is what capitulation looks like. Now, would I prefer that these celebrations are cancelled if it means saving lives? Yes, of course. But it should have never have come to this. If world leaders actually listened to their people and to industry experts, and if world leaders actually acknowledged the warning signs, we could have hit the nail on the head. They could have stopped the influx of radical Islamism, flooding our countries, endangering our populations, and now ruining one of the very small pockets of joy we have left here in our deteriorating democracies. But instead, we'll continue rolling out the red carpet, allowing strangers into our countries unchecked, providing them with money and food and shelter. And then we, the people, will shudder when the next attack takes place, and our governments fail, as always, to take any accountability for the problem that they've created, and the problem that they fail to acknowledge. So when will enough be enough? When it's too late? When half our population has been in car rammings? When thousands are shot and killed in the streets? When our population is cowering in fear of being decimated? And the biggest irony, the ultimate lunacy, we, who care about our countries and want to see our families safe, will get called Islamophobes for rebuking radical Islam. But it's very telling. If we had an Islamophobia problem, there would be armed guards and concrete barriers outside mosques. But there aren't, because those armed guards and those concrete barriers are too busy protecting synagogues and Christmas markets. I wonder why. Anyway, Happy New Year, I guess.
I would not celebrate Eid. I would not get my family together and have a feast when Eid is taking place, simply because I do not believe in that particular God. I would never partake. Now, I've seen a number of Muslims celebrating Christmas, getting ready for Christmas, getting their roast dinners prepared and their turkeys in. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything harmful in the physical realm, but as we know, we are all spiritual beings, and I'd like us to remember this when we are participating in such activities. Some of us do not have discernment. We do not have high levels of comprehension, even basic levels of comprehension when it comes down to the spiritual realm. Allah will not be happy with you supporting or celebrating Christmas. He despises Christmas. This is all about the birth of Jesus Christ, my friend. This is all about the birth of our God as Christians. You do not celebrate the birth of Muhammad. So why do you celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ? This isn't about division. This is about simply calling out wrong. That's all I'm doing. I'm calling out sin, I'm calling out evil, and I'm calling out stupidity within people. And I don't blame you. You know, I've tried to educate myself to a standard, and I'm continuing to educate myself to such a standard where I am aware of these things, and this is why I am educating people upon these spiritual messages. It's pretty much common sense. You don't see us Christians celebrating Eid. We would never dare do that, okay? Ever. But you guys put presents under the tree, you buy Christmas trees, you make turkey. Let's get real about it. Your God tells you to not befriend any Christians and Jews. I'm happy sharing Christmas with you guys. I'm very happy with loving you guys and treating you as one of us. This is nothing against you. I just don't think that Allah would be too happy with you partaking in such an event.
So you're telling me Paris, Bondi Beach, Tokyo, and Serbia, amongst other places, have canceled their New Year's Eve, New Year's celebrations that were planned due to safety concerns. Yet here we are in the United States of America with not one, but two attacks that were avoided thanks to the FBI. They had one planned for Southern California during New Year's, the celebration, and a man was attempting to do one in New Orleans during the New Year's celebration. And here we are on the verge of bringing nearly 1 million people into Times Square, even though all this other madness is happening. The other countries, the other areas, they understand the severity of what's going on. Obviously, they care about their citizens, right? Because they canceled their plans. It's going to be televised. What are we waiting for here?
Global Christmas and New Year events being cancelled, left, right and centre, and I am not liking it one bit. And this is in fear of anything happening, you know? And I always talk about the globe now, not just the UK or Europe, the globe, losing its traditions very, very quickly. And that's because, you know, because people, it offends people, safety issues. I don't know any Christmas markets anymore without bollards and armed police outside them. That's not a Christmas market. For me, that's a sign of these people winning. And we shouldn't let that happen. Or we're being squished into a hole to believe that Christmas shouldn't be celebrated. seen nativity plays get destroyed. I've seen Christmas trees set on fire. If you want to see the proof, there's a certain app you can go on what tells the truth and it shows you the truth. And there's no like, oh, you can't say that, you can't show that. Because people need to see this, what's actually going on. Because I think people are walking around blindfolded thinking that the globe is perfect and just a far right of the problem because they talk about this and that. There is a problem. If you go and watch the right things, you can see it for your own fucking eyes. And to stop events, what message is this giving out to young children? Christmas is a special time. It's our celebration. We should celebrate it. We shouldn't be ashamed to celebrate it or in fear of, oh, we don't know, we can't offend these people. We can't do that because they'll get upset with this. Fuck them people. That's what I say. I don't care about them people. If you don't like it, tough shit. You got to put up with things that we don't want to see or we don't like. We don't moan about it. They're over safety fears. You know, Australia, I've seen it today. They're cancelling fucking fireworks celebrations and stuff. People should just do it anyway. Because if you do, and you go, oh no, we can't do it because of safety fears, you're letting these people win. And you can't let them win because then they'll love it. They already love it as it is. You cannot let these people win. An event's been cancelled because of whatever, do one yourself. Fuck these people. I've had enough.
Cancelled. It's not happening. It's been called off. No show. France was the first to do it. And now, apparently, Australia and Germany in most of their major cities have also done it. What am I talking about? They've cancelled their New Year's Eve celebrations, their New Year's Eve shows. Really? Why? Safety concerns. France and Paris apparently are afraid that there will be too much trouble for the police to keep a lid on, that they won't be able to control the crowds, that there'll be trouble within the crowds, and that there's a major safety concern given what's gone on in recent times. Australia, particularly obviously given what went on a week or so ago, have now allegedly done the same. Now Sydney is famous for its massive fireworks show, so I don't know whether that means that's been cancelled, but all I've read is that Australia are calling off their New Year's Eve celebrations, and Germany ditto, Germany doing the same. Is that the world we live in? That people can't go out on New Year's Eve and have a bit of a shindig in the streets, a dance, a few drinks, watch the fireworks, gather in big crowds, that we have safety concerns? Who exactly is it that we're scared of? Who are these people amongst these crowds that are going to cause so much danger? Who could that be? Who is it that we're scared of? Is it just run-of-the-mill criminals? Is it pickpockets? Who is it that is prevalent in France and Western cities like Sydney and in maybe Berlin or Munich or Cologne that we're so scared of, that we're so frightened of, that we can't keep control of, that the police are worried about their ability to keep a lid on? Who could that possibly be? I don't know, it's puzzling, isn't it? It's really difficult to put a finger on. Has it always been the case? What has changed? What type of people have we got in society now that we didn't have 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 25 years ago? Or is it just that society has changed to such an extent that all the usual people that used to live here have now all become rampant criminals and pickpockets and sexual abusers and rioters and thieves? Is that what's happened? Just asking questions. Let me know your thoughts.
I just found out all the other major countries are canceling their New Year's Eve celebrations. And it's because of safety concerns. A lot of people are speculating that there's something else going on that maybe we're not being made aware of, because we haven't canceled anything. Paris, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Sydney, Australia, they all canceled their New Year's Eve celebrations. And those are huge money-making events for all those countries, like huge tourist attractions. So for them to be canceling it, I do think that us in America, we're just so used to mass bad things happening that we're kind of like, okay, well, we're not going to cancel it because crap happens anyway here in gatherings and mass people. There's always something. But I will say that I will be at home with my boyfriend. We will be enjoying our Christmas presents. We will be drinking champagne together at home at midnight, picking out brand new furniture for our brand new apartment, and we will not be going out. And I have never had a desire to go to the ball drop, even when I lived in the city for a decade, because I saw what happened throughout the year in the city. I just didn't have a desire to do that. And you still have to live life, like you still have to do things and go out. But I mean, if you can avoid it, I would, unfortunately, nowadays. But we're gonna have fun with our little kitty and some food and champagne. And yeah, it's just very odd that all of those major countries are canceling their entire New Year's Eve celebrations. I don't know.
Something's up, something's weird, and something's coming. Because what do you mean all New Year's Eve events are canceled around the world? Well, not all, but majority of them around the world, not in just one country, because of potential threats? I don't understand how we're so sure of all these potential threats, and they just have never done that before. People threaten every day, and I just don't believe that this is what it seems like. I think there's something else being set up. I do. I really think they're going to start implementing something that's going to lead to, you know, a more systematic new world order that is more in place and more enforced. I don't know. I just feel that this is weird. And you know what? I just came across a video of a man speaking on a prophetic warning that he said that he had gotten from God, and said that this will be the last Christmas. And I know nobody knows the day or hour that Jesus is returning. I don't think he was speaking on this will be the last Christmas because next Christmas Jesus is coming back. He was saying that this will be the last Christmas that things will be normal. And we don't know what's to come. He could be completely right or he could be completely wrong. I don't know. But I feel like it was very, very deep, and it felt so urgent. I, for some time, have been wondering, when will the last holidays be that we celebrate as a society? Like, when will we have our last Christmas? Believe me, I really have questioned that. Like, what if this is our last Christmas? Or what if this is our last Thanksgiving? What if the world completely changes in the year and Jesus came back, or something else happened, or the world is completely I don't know, under complete domination and control? Like, well, it already practically is, but in a different manner, in a manner that we've never seen before. I'm just saying, I just feel like something's coming. And I don't mean to sound pessimistic or, try to scare anybody, but I'm just sending out a warning of making sure you are standing in truth with God and have Christ on your heart, Christ in your life. This is the time to get closer to God. I will always say it. I will give that message in almost every video that I make. To be close to God, to be close, have Christ, not just God, but Christ in your heart. Because I don't know what is coming exactly, but I just know prophecy never lies. And there's going to be things that really will erupt in this nation. I've been a little bit worried about what next year is going to look like. Because this world is so crazy, but let's hold on tight. Let's see what 2026 brings us, because it might not be good. We're only getting closer to the mark of the beast. We're only getting closer to the end. That just is what every day is getting closer to be honest. So am I necessarily surprised? No. But I never seen this happen with all these events being canceled. Something's up.
Anyways, welcome back, and I hope you guys have seen all of that video. Let's just say something, right? Honestly, starting from the beginning of this year 2025 to getting to the end, a lot of people has really gone through a lot. Like, a lot has really happened that even a lot of people did not even come online to come see. And I saw a particular comment that actually caught my attention, where this black man actually said that he is even scared for 2026. That if a lot of Black Americans have already been going through every single thing in this 2025, like 2026 is a bit scared for him, that he has never been off. Like, when your spirit is not in the activities that is actually happening, that he has never been, his spirit and everything has never been down like this particular year 2025, and then coming to 2026, every other year he has literally been excited to move to a new year. But this particular year, and now we're not moving to 2026, actually felt so differently. And I'm not going to blame him, because a lot of Black Americans have really gone through a lot this 2025, especially immediately the orange man just stepped in. It's just looking more like every single thing that was actually happening was just designed to bring a lot of Black Americans, Black people down at the end of the day. Even when you look at the tweets that actually came up that people were actually analyzing, where you see Barack Obama wishing a lot of people Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year. You see Kamala Harris wishing a lot of people as well Merry Christmas. You see Joe Biden as well wishing a lot of people. If you see what the orange man actually posted, you are going to like wide your mouth like, is this the only thing? Instead of wishing people, you keep calling people scums and calling people like different type of name. And at the end of the day, you keep asking yourself, how did we end up here? How did we get here? What is keeping us here at still this point? That a common Merry Christmas, you cannot wish your whole country. A lot of people target that these people are actually not leaders. This orange man is actually not a leader, that these other three that I mentioned are actually the real leaders that they have seen in their lifetime. And now coming to this new year of a thing where a lot of people are saying New Year is actually not going to hold. You can hear from different clips that have been able to roll out here, giving reasons of insecurity, a lot of ICE agents moving east, west, and south, not only in the US, even in different parts of the world, even in Nigeria. As in Nigeria, I can tell you that the level of insecurity is on the peak, is on another level at the end of the day, that a lot of people are even scared to say, okay, we're going to New Year Eve. What is actually going to be our hope? I can't even lie to you, even on the 24th of December, that we were supposed to like be in church for like more like evening Christmas, December service program that was literally happening in Nigeria. It didn't hold. It didn't hold. A lot of churches did not hold it because why? A lot of people are scared of insecurity. A lot of people, you guys knew, already been seeing the genocide that has actually been going on in Nigeria, east, west, back and forth like that. So it's not only happening here in different countries. A lot of people are scared. They are scared of, okay, if I go out there for this Eve, what will literally happen? If I go out for this Eve, will I really return safe with the way the country is, with the way things are actually going? So if I see a lot of people saying they're actually boycotting, honestly, I'm not going to blame them. But one thing I will keep telling every single one of us is, no matter what is happening, do not kill your joy. Do not let anybody take your joy away from you. Your joy is your joy. Your joy is something you can maintain. Your peace of mind is very, very important. That is one thing I will say. But I don't know, you that is watching and you've watched to this point, let me know what you think about this video. Do you think that if it's actually not going to hold? Because remember they said the Christmas is actually not going to hold because of one issue or the other. But a lot of people still celebrated Christmas. I also still celebrate Christmas and I'm still enjoying my Christmas. But let me know what you think about this video. I want to get from your honest opinion and what has been the situation of your environment. What have been the situation of your place? I really would really want to get an update. But if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And this is just for educational purpose. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches I have in my today's episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you that have supported me this far. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. But anyways, thank you so much for staying stick and hook me to the end of this video. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.